بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا وعظيمنا وحبيب قلوبنا وشفيع نفوسنا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين وأصحابه الغر الميامين. الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية سيدي ومولاي علي بن أبي طالب. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. أما بعد، يقول الله في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما أرسلناك إلا رحمة للعالمين. The first of our loud salawat in honor of Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. The second even louder salawat in honor of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib. The third with your loudest voices in honor of the Imam of our time, Imam Sahib al-Asr wal-Zaman. Respected scholars, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Have we ever described the Mahdi as the Imam of mercy? Have we ever described him as the merciful guide? Have we ever talked of him as the merciful beacon of light? Have we ever spoken about him as the merciful exemplar? Many times when we talk about the Imam, we talk about him without mentioning the word mercy at all. On many occasions when people hear lectures about the Mahdi, they hear lectures about the Mahdi being a vengeful human being. The Mahdi being someone who'll carry a sword killing everyone in front of him. The Mahdi being someone who all enemies at the end of time will be destroyed by his sword. The good of those will be alongside him, and the worst of people at the end will be his opposition. Indeed, as we were growing up listening to lectures on the Mahdi, we hardly ever heard a mention of him being a rahmah to mankind. You hardly ever heard anyone saying that the Mahdi was a merciful human being, that anyone who was seeking a world of mercy should come to him. Anyone who felt they were in a sense of despair or hopelessness in their life, that he would be the merciful figure for them on this earth. Yesterday we said that some of the Ahl of the Mahdi, according to our sixth Imam, some of his Ahl will be the ones who oppose him. And some of those who worship the sun and the moon will be those who come towards him. When our sixth Imam says that some of the Ahl of the Mahdi, his family, his followers, will be those who oppose him and those who worship the sun and the moon will come towards him, what is it that those who worship the sun and the moon find in him that they want to come and join him? At the end of the day, many of those who are non-Muslims, they don't know about debates concerning imama, nubuwa, isma, ilm al-ghayb. They don't know any of these discussions. Why would Imam al-Sadiq, as Majlisi narrates within the Bihar, and al-Nu'mani narrates within the Ghaiba, why would he say that the Ahl of the Mahdi will not come with him, will even oppose him, will desert him, whereas the non-Muslims will find something in him which they want to come towards him? Without a doubt, because when the non-Muslim understands the Mahdi as an Imam of mercy, they'll all want to come with the merciful. Every human being in this world applauds and honors a merciful fellow human being. If now today you have a Hindu friend or a Buddhist friend or a Christian friend who is a merciful person, always forgiving, always compassionate, you don't care about their religion. You just care the fact that their akhlaq or their morals are morals of mercy. What's ironic is for hundreds of years, whenever people talked about the Mahdi, they never would mention the word rahmah in terms of what he is. Even though our ziyarah, when we speak to him, we mention that he is the representative of the Rahman. What do I mean? Assalamu alayka ya sahib al-asri wa zaman. Assalamu alayka ya khalifata. He is the representative of Ar-Rahman. It doesn't say Assalamu alayka ya khalifata al-kareem. He's not Khalifat al-Kareem. It doesn't say Assalamu alayka ya Khalifat al-Jawad, the Khalifa of the generous, the Khalifa of the beneficent. Assalamu alayka ya Khalifat al-Rahman. Blessings and salutations on you, O representative of the merciful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes? Many times in the lectures we forget that in our ziyaras we say Assalamu alayka ayyatuha ar-rahmatul wasi'ah. Salams on you, O ever-encompassing, all-encompassing, merciful one. Imam, when the Ahl al-Bayt would speak about him, yes, there would be certain du'as that would mention the word, the sword. There would be certain traditions that talk about the sword, no doubt. But the Imam, when they talked about him having a sword, it's not a fanatic who goes out looking to kill everybody. The Imam was not looking just to pick up a sword and say, anyone who's not a Muslim, I'm going to come and kill you. Because we live in a world today where if you talk of the Imam of the sword, the world is sick of the sword. Yes? The world goes on YouTube, sees a sword. Goes on the internet, sees sword. The world looks in the newspaper, sees sword. Now I want to come to the world in the year 2015 and I want to say to them, my Savior, my eternal Messiah, who has been divinely chosen, he's going to come and he's going to kill with the sword. They'll say, listen, we've had enough of ISIS. Now you guys want to bring the sword as well? As in they'll turn around to us and say, every day we're watching ISIS killing and now your Imam is... No. Ahl al-Bayt wanted us to focus on the fact that this is Khalifat al-Rahman. That he is the representative of the merciful. That whenever there is a group of people on this earth who will look for someone merciful to them in a torrid, cruel, tyrannical world, then let them come to al-Mahdi from the descendants of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Today, your average child, for example, in an area of Africa who has HIV or AIDS, do they want to hear about a Messiah who walks around with a sword? Or do they want to hear about a Messiah who will sit with them and hug them irrespective if they have HIV or AIDS? When you have a child, for example, in Iraq today, a Christian child from Mosul, or a child from the Muslims of Iraq, who has lost his parents due to the bloodshed and the ignorance there right now. That person wants another leader to come with a sword, or that person wants a leader who will carry all the orphans with him in his hands. Therefore, when we come to discussing the Mahdi, the first point about the Mahdi is, for too long, all we ever imagined Imam is a man with the sword killing everybody. Yes? The reality is, Al-Muhammad, that was never their way. If you looked at Ahl al-Bayt, Imam al-Hussein, 10 days of his life in reality were to defend the religion with the sword. Otherwise, Abu Abdullah is a walking machine of rahmah. Abu Abdullah is rahmah encompassed and embodied on the earth. Which of the Ahl al-Bayt did you find? Imam al-Sadiq, Imam al-Ridha, Imam al-Hadi. Which of them did you find going around killing people for fun? Ahl al-Bayt alayhim salam were the embodiment of rahmah. And that brings us to a vital point, which is what? Whether we like it or we don't, the greatest leaders in history, people were magnetized to them because they had mercy. Yes? I'll give you two living examples. The Dalai Lama and the Aga Khan. Yes? Look at the Dalai Lama and the Aga Khan today. Why do people like them so much? The Dalai Lama, people like him irrespective of whether they're Muslim, non-Muslim. They like him because the man, when you sit with him, he wants a better world. He's jovial. He wants to try and talk about all religions coming together. Those of us who have sat with him, not everyone has been privy to sitting with him. And I know there will be people who will say, well, why doesn't he speak out against these Burmese monks who are killing the Muslims? Listen, in the same way, he has rubbish within his and we have rubbish within ours. Do you agree? As in you can have the worst dirt in your religion and in their religion. But the Dalai Lama, why do people like him? They don't imagine him walking around with a sword, do they? They imagine him as a man of peace, a man who wants to build a better world, unite everybody. Otherwise, you wouldn't see so many non-Buddhists buy his books. You wouldn't see so many non-Buddhists respect him. You wouldn't see so many non-Buddhists give him a like on Facebook, let's say. When you've sat with the man, all you see is smiles, nothing else. The world doesn't want a leader who's only going to come, sword and kill everyone. Because that's an injustice to the Imams of Ahlul Bayt. That's number one. The Agha Khan. The Agha Khan, why do his people like him and people outside? Because they know the man has built hospitals. The man has looked after the poor. The man hasn't tried to disrespect other religions. Yes, he is recognized. He may be Ismaili in his representation. But he has tried to talk with the Ithna Ashari. He has tried to talk with the non-Shia. He has tried to talk with the Hindu and with the Christian. He has tried to be a leader on the earth of Rahmah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not send any leader, but that their main attribute was being what? Was being full of mercy. A rahmah for mankind. Otherwise, if you look for a leader who all his manifesto is just to kill and kill, your innate nature doesn't like it, yes? As in, who enjoys listening to the news every day? Blood, killing, blood, murder, killing. Nobody enjoys that. People want leaders who are able to be a source of rahmah for them in this world. Therefore tonight, let us reassess the Imam of Rahmah and Khalifat al-Rahman al-Mahdi, and try to reassess how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala envisaged that this Mahdi would be a source of mercy for all human beings. That irrespective of wherever you are, whatever upbringing you have, when he appears, every human will see that his heart is a heart of rahmah. Let me examine this in the following stages. Number one, is the God of Islam a vengeful God, and the God of Christianity a loving God? And how do we answer those who say Jesus forgives, whereas the Lord of Islam is full of hate? Number two, if I have been someone who hasn't been near religion all my life, and I have disobeyed Allah, is Allah merciful enough to open for me the doors of rahmah? Number three, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah 21, verse 107, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ, what did he mean when he said that the Holy Prophet is a rahmah for the whole of the creation and all the universe? Number four, how is the Mahdi a rahmah for mankind according to the Imams of Ahlul Bayt? And how does his forgiving nature become a source for everybody to find a man of mercy at the end? And how did the Ahlul Bayt highlight their mercifulness in even the most dire of circumstances? Let's examine this in order that we're able to understand this discussion in depth. Many Christians complain that the Lord of Islam is full of anger. Why? When you listen to lectures about Allah, they're always hell, hell, death, hell, burning, hell. When you listen to lectures in the church, all you ever hear is love, forgiveness, compassion, mercy. Many turned around and said, we prefer the Lord of Islam, Christianity over the Lord of Islam. Said, why? Said, because the Lord of Islam has no rahmah. How can we expect Muhammad to be a man of rahmah when his Lord is full of vengeance? For many years, even when we used to listen to lectures about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, many of us were more scared of Allah than loving Allah. Yes? There are many of us, when we grew up, why would we pray salah? I'm scared of hell. Yes? Then we graduated to a second level, which was what? I want heaven. Ali ibn Abi Talib looks at this beautifully. What does he say? Ya Allah, there are those who worship you out of fear of hell. That's the worship of a slave. And there are those who worship you because they want heaven. That's the worship of a businessman. Then there are those who found you worthy of being worshipped. That's the worship of a free human being. Yes? When you come to the Lord of Islam, those who say the Lord of Islam has no rahmah, first and foremost, the word rahmah is mentioned in the Quran 314 times. Yes? And the words, the most merciful, not just Rahman, Arhamur Rahimin, is mentioned 112 times in the Quran. Do you want to know how merciful the Lord of Islam is? And let me make something clear. The Lord of Islam and the Lord of Christianity is the same thing. Yes? We're just saying in terms of polemic over here. Otherwise, Allah is one for everyone. Do you know how merciful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is? They came to the Holy Prophet, they said to him, Ya Rasulullah, how merciful is Allah? He said, you want to know? He said, yes. He said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy is divided into 100 portions. One out of that 100 he's given us in dunya, the other he will give in qiyamah. 1 out of 100 of the portions of rahmah of Allah he shared in dunya, the other 99 he shares in qiyamah. Tell me, will any of us go to hell or no? Honestly, if you think about this. If now in dunya, ya Allah, I can see, I can taste, I can smell, I can touch, I can hear, I can speak, I have friends, I can breathe, I can travel. All of this is what? All of this is 1 out of 100. So on Qiyamah, you're going to give me another 99. And I don't want some of you thinking, okay, I'm not going to pray Salah and Sawm anymore because now in Qiyamah there's too much Rahmah. But believe me, nobody will quantify the Rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes? That's why Hassan al-Basri sat with Imam Zain al-Abidin on one occasion. Hassan al-Basri says, I don't wonder, listen to these words, I don't wonder about the punished, how they get punished. I rather wonder about the saved, how did they get saved? Yes? Imam Zain al-Abidin says, I don't wonder about the saved, how they got saved. Rather, I wonder with the Lord so merciful, the punished, how did they get punished? Ahl al-Bayt highlighted what? A Lord who begins talking to you as a human being with the words Rahman and Rahim every day. How could that Lord not be a Lord of mercy? Yes? Every surah in the Holy Quran begins what? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Only Surah At-Tawbah is the only surah that doesn't begin with Bismillah. Every other surah in the Quran begins with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Why? Allah could have begun Bismillah Shadid al-Iqab, correct? In the name of Allah, the most severe and strict or punishes. If that's how the Quran begins, I'll run away from the Quran, yes? When I read the Quran, I see that Allah is showing me that I am Rahman and I am Rahim. Meaning what? Meaning that I am the Lord of mercy, the Lord who provides you and provides those who don't even believe in me. What do I mean? Rahman, Rahim. Why use two derivatives of Rahmah? Why? Why don't you just say Bismillah ar-Rahman? That's it. Rahman, Rahim. Because Allah wanted to show how He divided His Rahmah. Rahman to all of the creations, irrespective if they worship me or not. Subhanallah. How many of us didn't pray Salah for years? Did He stop allowing us to breathe? How many of us didn't fast for many years? Did He stop our rizq from coming? How many of us neglect the Quran? Don't even read it the whole year. Did you ever see Him stop? How many non-Muslims out there do you see? Such as Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. How much has Allah given them money? Yes? Allah is Rahman to all His creation. Yes? Whether you ask Him, you don't ask Him. You worship Him or you reject Him. His Rahmah encompasses everything. Yes? Doesn't Imam say, Allahumma inni as'aluka bi rahmatika allati wasi'at kulla shay. Ya Allah, I ask you in the name of your rahmah that encompasses everything. He is Rahman to all His creation. Rahim to the chosen believers. Yes? In other words, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what does He show? I will give my rahmah and I'll share it with everyone. Never reach a day where you doubt my rahmah. Don't let the other religions imagine Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a Lord of vengeance. We have to change the image of the religion of Islam. Yes? The image of the religion of Islam today is what? When we will hear about our lectures, hell and Allah will punish you, Allah will burn you. Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, definitely the unjust and the munafiq and the zalim, there has to be retribution. But a person who looks for his rahmah will not close. Does not Amir al-Mu'min say, Mawlaya ya Mawlay? What does he say? Anta al-Rahman wa ana al-Marhum. Wa hal yarhamu al-Marhum illa al-Rahman. My master, oh my master, you are the merciful and I am the one receiving the mercy. Who is there for the one receiving the mercy except the merciful? Whenever you talk about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remind yourself, Abwab al-Rahmah never close. Yes? Thursday night, he tells us, one of the doors of Rahmah is opened. Come to Jama'at, come to the mosque. Read Dua Kumail on a Thursday. Yes? Friday, he tells us there's an hour on Friday. None of you know which one it is. Talk to me. I'll answer all your du'as. When rain comes down, ask me in dua. It's a barakah from me. A Lord like this, I am surprised that the whole of his creation doesn't go to Jannah, honestly. Every opportunity of rahmah, he offered. Some say, okay, but what if I'm not religious? I have committed so many sins. Will Allah forgive me? Is he merciful enough to look at my sinful years and forgive? No doubt. And if you look at one ayah in the Quran, it highlights that rahmah was the very ethos of the religion of Islam. Surah 39, verse 53. يا عبادي الذين أسرفوا على أنفسهم لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله إن الله يغفر الذنوب جميعا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. This ayah is a wonderful ayah. Why? Because this ayah talks to the person who's committed the worst sins. Someone says to me, so you're saying if I've drunk alcohol, I've taken drugs, I have gone to the most illicit places in the world, I have not prayed, not fasted, if I change, will Allah's rahmah be that great? The ayah says what? Tell my servants, قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ. Wallah, even the way he talks to us is full of rahmah, I promise. I, who's committed all these sins, he still calls me ibad. Yes? قُلْ يَا عِبَادِ. For you to call me ibad is enough, Ya Allah. Yes? For you to call me ibad, because Rasulullah, one of the greatest levels he reaches what? Ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu. It's a very high level. Abduhu wa rasuluh. That's ibad. Ubudiyya is extremely high level. You found that Allah says, قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ. Tell my servants, O Muhammad, who've been extravagant in the way they behaved with me, لَا تَقْنَطُوا مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ. Never in your life, never, ever despair of my mercy. Never. Never. The biggest sin you could commit in Islam after shirk is for you to say, Allah won't forgive me, I'm going hell. Because you are saying Allah cannot do something. Yes? Your Lord, who allowed Jesus to be born from a virgin, cannot allow you to change in 1 second and forgive you. Yes? You found at that moment, Allah says, لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله إن الله يغفر الذنوب جميعا. Allah forgives every sin. Someone says, every sin in dunya? There isn't a sin in dunya that cannot be forgiven by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every single sin. Shirk in akhirah cannot be forgiven. If you commit shirk in dunya and you change, it can be forgiven. Every sin you can imagine, Allah wanted to show you, don't talk about me as a punishing Lord. I begun the Quran with Rahman, with Rahim. I then said, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. Again, so that you are reminded twice in Surah Al-Fatiha that don't look at me as being vengeful. In the same way you don't look at me being vengeful, don't look at my Prophet as a man of vengeance as well. Yes? Why? Because the Holy Prophet was the emanation of Allah's rahmah on the earth. Yes? Did Allah send the Prophet and say, we have sent Muhammad to kill everyone in Mecca? When Rasulullah came to Mecca, he came as the Messiah. Yes? He came as the chosen one of God. 500 years humanity had not seen a prophet since Isa. He came. Tell me, at that time, if he came with a sword in Mecca to kill everyone, yes, would people come to him? Would they love him? Would anyone be interested in meeting him? I promise you nobody would. What did the Holy Prophet come with? Allah said in the Quran, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. We have sent you except that you are what? A mercy to mankind. Yes? We want you to be the voice of mercy to mankind. Do you think Rasulullah came to the Meccans in the early days and said to them, if any of you don't believe in me, then I'm going to chop all your heads off? Yes? And any of you don't agree with me, I'm going to kill all of you. Never. The Holy Prophet, when he first came, he came with which message? Firstly, I am a sadiq, I am ameen. I'm truthful and trustworthy. Yes? Have I ever lied to any of you? If I have, tell me. Everyone said, no, you are truthful and you're trustworthy. He came, therefore, as a source of rahmah for that whole community. Someone asks, in which way was Rasulullah a rahmah? Because this is vital in understanding the 12th Imam. Yes? Because the 12th Imam, either I say he's coming to kill everybody, or I recognize him as the line and descendant of Rasulullah. Yes? Either I recognize him as the one who carries the risala of the Prophet, or he is opposite to the Prophet. When the Prophet came, number one, the first way he was a source of rahmah to mankind was what? Was that nobody could be punished while the Prophet is amongst the people. Yes? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave rahmah to mankind because Rasulullah was amongst them, that he wouldn't punish the Arabs while the Prophet was living amongst them. Yes? These Arabs, they had thrown stones at Rasulullah at Ta'if. When he went to spread Islam to Ta'if, he went there, they threw stones at him until he bled. It was a Christian who came and wiped his blood off and gave him some grapes. Yes? Wasn't a Muslim. A Christian saw Rasulullah bleeding. The Prophet looked at him, he said to him, "Are you Adas?" He said, "How do you know my name?" He said, "Your mother had a difficult pregnancy with you?" He said, "How do you know? Nobody knows this." He said, "Do not worry. I know a few things which maybe you don't." At that time, couldn't Allah had punished the whole of Mecca? Never. Why? Because Rasulullah is amongst them. Do you know what Allah was saying? This whole earth would swallow its inhabitants if it wasn't for Muhammad being amongst you. Please remember this point. Those of you who know where I'm going. This whole earth would swallow its inhabitants if it wasn't that there's a hujjah of Allah on it. While there is a hujjah of Allah on earth, there will nothing happen to the earth because that hujjah is present. If that hujjah goes, the earth is swallowed. While Rasulullah was amongst them, do you know how he was the first source of rahmah? Well, that his very presence on the earth meant the worst of the Arabs could not be punished because he was living amongst them. Yes? That was the first source of rahmah. The second source of rahmah that Rasulullah was to all the Arabs was what? Any of the oppressed in Quraysh, if they had no one to seek who will help them, who was a merciful leader, come to me and talk to me, I will help you. Yes? Let me give you an example. There used to be these girls in Quraysh, in Mecca. They came from poor houses. With poverty, what comes? That you end up selling yourself. Yes? There was a brothel owned by Abdullah bin Ubay. He owned a brothel, prostitutes on each floor. Yes? And he owned that brothel. And these girls in Mecca, because if you survived as a girl in Mecca, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Yes? وَإِذَا الْمَوْءُودَةُ سُئِلَتْ بِأَيِّ ذَنْبٍ قُتِلَ. These females used to be buried. So if you survived, what would happen? Some of you would not be able to earn a living. These girls would have to work in the brothel. In Mecca, they would go there to work. Why? You can't earn any other money. So you go and work in the brothel. And when you go there to work in the brothel, what happens? All these men will come in and out. And you don't feel you have a soul anymore, do you? No soul. Men come in, men come out, they leave, and you are just sitting there in the room. These girls eventually, do you know who they found as a source of rahmah for them? They felt there was no rahmah. They felt this dunya had no rahmah. Today, Thailand, Amsterdam, no rahmah. They found one man came. He was a source of rahmah for them. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Yes? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Did Rasulullah come and say, I'm going to kill everybody who doesn't agree with me? No. The Quran, Surah 24, verse 33 said, وَلَا تُكْرِهُ فَتَيَاتِكُمْ عَلَى الْبِغَاءِ إِنْ أَرَدْنَ تَعَصُّنًا. Do not force your daughters into prostitution when they want to be good human beings. Do you know how difficult it was for these girls at that time? For them to be forced into prostitution? Every girl wants to study. Every girl wants to get married one day. Every girl wants to have a family. These girls felt there was no source of mercy. Allah said, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. You are a rahmah to them. Those girls felt they had no rahmah, no source. Rasulullah was a rahmah to these girls. Why? They had no voice. Muhammad became their voice. They had no spokesman. Rasulullah became their spokesman. Therefore you found the second way in which Rasulullah was a source of rahmah was what? The second way, those voices that had no one to hear them, those oppressed people who had no one to stand for them, Rasulullah acted as a source of mercy for them. That was number two. Number three, how did he act as a source of rahmah as well? By being forgiving to even his worst enemies. Yes. Why? Because when a man comes with a religion, if he kills his enemies when he's powerful, that's not true power. True power is when you can hurt someone with your power, but you hold it back. Yes? The powerful don't use their power. They hold it back. Rasulullah, do you know how merciful he was? Those who had heard the religion of Islam, they could have easily been killed when he entered Mecca. When he returned to Mecca, Abu Sufyan said, this is the end for me. I'm dead. There's no way Muhammad will show me any rahmah. Yes? Abu Sufyan, Hind, Wahshi, the one who killed Hamza, all of them thought this was the end. Abu Sufyan told Abbas, the uncle of Rasulullah, he said to him, there's no way Muhammad's going to show me any mercy. Yes, I am the cause of Badr, Uhud, Khandaq, Khaybar. I'm the troublemaker behind all of them. My wife, at the liver of his uncle. You would think there's no chance of rahmah. But you have not understood the rahmah of Rasulullah and Al-Muhammad. Yes, you've not understood. Al-Muhammad didn't want to come to this world to fight. They wanted to open the doors of mercy to mankind. Yes? Never did you see Al-Muhammad looking to kill, looking to harm, looking to hurt. Wallahi, Imam al-Hussein until his last moments was still trying. Yes? Rasulullah came, Abu Sufyan came, Hind came. Rasulullah looked at them, they said, you know what, Muhammad, do what you want to do with us. You want to kill us, then kill us. He looked at them, he quoted the verse which Nabi Yusuf quoted when his brothers came and said sorry. Yes? When Nabi Yusuf, his brothers, when they came and met him after all those years, they didn't recognize him at the beginning. When they met him, they thought Yusuf is going to punish us because now Yusuf is a minister and we're just a few brothers. We tried to kill him as a young boy. Nabi Yusuf looked at his brothers, he said, قَالَ لَا تَثْرِيبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الْيَوْمِ Go, my brothers. What do you mean go? We just caused trouble for you all these years, Muhammad. No, go. اذهبوا أنتم الطلقاء. Go. You are released. People tell Abu Sufyan, Hind, who ate your uncle's liver. No, let them go. You will never see more rahmah than Rasulullah. Never, never. Me and you, if someone gave us a dirty look in the jama'ah, we won't speak to him for 6 months, I guarantee you. Me and you, if someone called us for a wedding 9 months later than the other person, I'm not talking with their family again. We're not going to their house. Me and you, if we're invited for a dinner, but this person went ahead of us, you'll find we'll have a fight until 3 years later, someone has to beg us to patch up. Yes? Whereas Rasulullah sees the lady who ate his uncle's liver, he says, اذهبوا أنتم الطلقاء. Go. You know why? Because he was a rahmah for mankind. He wanted to show that I am the representative of Ar-Rahman. Ana Khalifat Ar-Rahman. Ar-Rahman. People insult him, he still gives. People say he doesn't exist, he still gives. People make rude jokes about him, he still gives. If I am Khalifat Ar-Rahman, I have to represent Ar-Rahman. Wahshi said to him that I'm the one who killed your uncle. And I apologize. Rasulullah was hurt when he heard this. Yes? But he turned around. He said, "Adhab, leave. Don't worry, Wahshi. Go away. There's no problem." He thought he was going to kill him. But what Rasulullah showed was that those who represent Ar-Rahman, they come to the earth as a source of mercy for the whole of mankind. They don't come here looking to kill. Rasulullah, if he wanted to, he could have asked Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen, put Wahshi on the ground, put Hind on the ground, put Abu Sufyan on the ground, behead them all, that's it. No. He wanted to highlight that the message of this religion at the beginning was rahmah. At the end will be rahmah. And that's why when his grandson comes, his grandson, what do we say about him? We say, Assalamu alayka ya Khalifat al-Rahman. Yes, first and foremost. He is not Khalifat Shadid al-Aqab. He is Khalifat al-Rahman. Secondly, we say, Assalamu alayka Rahmatul wasi'ah. Salams on you. Yes? The vast, encompassing mercy of Allah on earth. Sixth Imam used to say, we are the names of Allah. You want to look for Alim, look at Ali. And if you want to, for example, look at Muhsin, look at Hassan. You want to look at Ihsan, Qadim al-Ihsan, look at Hussein. If you want to look at, for example, Karam, look at Zayn al-Abidin. Ghani, Muhammad al-Baqir. Yes, go through them one by one. Imam al-Sadiq used to say, we are the names of Allah. The 12th Imam is Khalifat al-Rahman. The 12th Imam is the representative of Rahman. And in Ziyarat Jami'ah, we extend it talking about them. Assalamu alaikum. Ya Ahl Bayt al-Nubuwah. وموضع الرسالة ومختلف الملائكة ومهبط الوحي وخزان العلم ومعدن الرحمة. Listen to what Imam al-Hadi says. Salams, O Al Muhammad, until he says what? You who are the core of rahmah on the earth. Yes? The core, ma'din al-rahmah, the core of rahmah. Later on in Ziyadat Jami'ah, he says that Ahl al-Bayt are what? Ar-rahmatul mawsoolah. The connection, rahmah, between Allah and mankind is Al-Muhammad. Yes? Al-Muhammad, if you want to see Allah's rahmah manifested in human beings, look at Al-Muhammad and the last of Al-Muhammad. How is he a rahmah for mankind? How do I present him today as a rahmah? Firstly, same as his grandfather. If he wasn't existing right now in 2015, in our belief, the earth would swallow its inhabitants. The whole reason me and you and everyone is alive is because of al-Mahdi min al-Muhammad. Yes? That's it. The whole reason this world exists is because of the Hujjah. While the Hujjah is around, the earth will not swallow. They asked Imam al-Ridha. Do you know what Imam al-Ridha said? He said, the earth is only not swallowing its inhabitants because Imam al-Mahdi is there. If it wasn't for Imam al-Mahdi, the earth would finish. The Hujjah, while he's around, the earth does not swallow all of us and take us. Yes? Because while Al-Muhammad are on the earth remains merciful to us. Yes? Al-Muhammad, firstly, Al-Mahdi is what? A source of mercy in the fact that his presence means that we are not swallowed by the inhabitants, by the earth does not swallow us. Secondly, he is a voice for the oppressed who are looking for a merciful figure in this world. Yes? Those people, those children of Syria and Iraq, Ethiopia and Sudan, they're not looking for a man who's going to start another war. They've seen too many. They've seen too many. Every day they saw killing. What they're going to look for is a man who's going to come and sit and hug those children. Yes? Who's going to give them a shoulder for them to cry on. Yes? What do you think Imam is when we say Khalifat al-Rahman? When we say about him, Ayyatuha al-Rahmatul Wasi'ah? What do you think that means? That means that that child in Syria, that child in Iraq, that child in Ethiopia or in Sudan, they will come to me, they will find I am the father for them. Yes? I am the one who will speak for them. I'm the one who will help them grow up in a better world. Yes? There are certain organizations in this world, wallah, those organizations, they will be close to the Imam because they've looked out for the children of this world who are oppressed. Yes? Go to the UK, you'll find the Children Investors Fund. Yes? The Children Investors Fund, what is it? It's this organization that seeks to look out for children in the world who have been affected by HIV, number one. Then after HIV, the reintegration in society after war. You think after Rwanda, you think after Syria, you think after Iraq, you think it's easy for a child to come back into a country and be reintegrated? Those non-Muslim organizations are doing work which our Imam loves. That they are showing rahmah to children who have got HIV and AIDS and need reintegration. You have, for example, even the Conrad Hilton, the philanthropist organization. What do? They have a system called WASH, a project called WASH. Water, sanitation and hygiene. You know how many children in Africa, the water they drink is the cause of their death? The 12th Imam will come to these children, the Mahdi, and he will ensure that the water is made available for them. Someone says, how? One of the signs of his reappearance, there'll be droughts in rivers everywhere. Yes? That even the Furat will become dry. That people will find it difficult to get water. Show me the richest parts of California, I'll show you a drought occur. Show me Africa, I'll show you a drought. When there is a drought, the human is affected. One of the signs of the 12th Imam is what? Water will even become scarce. The Imam will see the children who are thirsty. He'll come and welcome them. Yes, come, sit with me. He'll make initiatives for them to be protected. Imam's not going to come to these people and kill and not. Imam's going to come as a source of rahmah. The thirsty will look for him. Others who will come to the Imam are who? There's a sign of the reappearance. You know what it is? Fathers will sell their daughters in exchange for food. I will show you streets in India where it happens. Do you agree with me or no? There are streets in India where fathers either sold their daughters or they cut the hands of their daughters and sold them to the begging trade. There is a sign of the reappearance of the Imam. Do you know what it is? Fathers will sell their daughters in return for food. That girl, wallah, it breaks the heart. You think I care that that girl is Hindu? You think I care? When I see a girl outside the Haram, Masjid al-Haram in Mecca, you see these Nigerian kids sitting there begging, no hands. That girl, deep down, she feels there's no voice of rahmah for her. True. You go to the slums of Bombay or other parts of India, I guarantee you will find girls, they forcibly cut their hands so they go and work somewhere and earn a living. You think that girl doesn't have a heart? She doesn't have a heart. You could take the limbs from a human, you can't take the heart. The Mahdi, don't talk about him going to kill people. Talk about how he'll sit and help these children. The second source that he's going to be rahmah is that the oppressed of this world will find he's the man they were waiting for. Khalifat al-Rahman. The man who'll talk and give mercy to the creation of Allah. The third source of rahmah that he is, however many sins you've committed, you'll find him the most merciful in helping you change. Al-Muhammad, if you come to them with a soft heart, with a broken heart, and you say to them, I'm sorry for what I've done to you, however much you've heard their message, however much you've oppressed them, they are so merciful, they never close the doors of rahmah. The Imam, when he returns, he is the rahmatullah al-wasi'ah on the dunya. Anyone who comes and says, Imam, I wasn't religious, I want to change. The Imam will not turn around and say, I'm sorry you cannot be with me. Are you sincere in your tawbah? Yes? Then come and join us, be alongside us. Why? Because his grandfather on the 10th of Muharram did the same thing. Hur bin Yazid al-Riyahi had blocked the water from the children of Abu Abdullah. Yes? When Hur bin Yazid al-Riyahi blocked the water from the children, who would forgive a man who blocks water from your children? Your 6-month-old baby can't even make a noise anymore. Yes. The 6-month-old baby, Rabab, when Bibi Zainab brought him to Imam al-Hussein, she said, we can't even hear him anymore. Sukaina calling out, Al-Atash, Al-Atash. Yes. Would you forgive that man? Unless you are what? Ma'adin al-Rahmah. Unless you are the core of mercy on earth. Wallah, it was difficult for Abu Abdullah seeing those children thirsty. And Hur bin Yazid al-Riyahi was on the opposition army, commander of the army, alongside Shibth bin Rab'i, alongside Umar bin Sa'ad, alongside Shimr bin al-Jawshan. 3 things changed Hur. The first one was what? The first thing that changed Hur was he spoke to Shimr bin al-Jawshan. He saw Shimr bin al-Jawshan on the night of the 10th of Muharram. Imam al-Hussein had put out a fire in front of his tent. He made a fire so that they don't attack them. One more night of salah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look how Ahl al-Bayt, their connection with Allah is their salah. He had put the fire. Shimr called out, Hussein, are you preparing yourself for the fire of hell already? Hur turned round to him. He couldn't believe he just said that. Yes? Then the second thing was what? The second thing was, he asked Umar bin Sa'ad, what's going to happen today? Umar bin Sa'ad turned around and said, heads will fly and arms will be severed. He put his head down again. But the third thing that changed Hur bin Yazid al-Riyahi, the third thing breaks the heart of every lover of Abu Abdullah. He was standing near the horses and Umar bin Sa'ad was near his horse. Umar bin Sa'ad turned around. He called someone. You know what he said? He called out, someone bring water. They said to him, why? He said, the hooves of my horses cannot take the heat of Karbala. Hur bin Yazid al-Riyahi put his head down. He couldn't believe. And he turned around and he said, you worry about the hooves of your horses while Sukaina cries thirsty. And that moment overtook him, that how could I block water from the children of Zahra? Because you know, he loved Fatima al-Zahra. Hur loved Fatima al-Zahra. How? When Imam al-Hussein wanted to go Karbala, Hur blocked Imam. Imam said to him, may your mother have never given birth to you. Hur looked at him. He said, if you were the son of any other lady, I would have cursed your mother. But how could I curse Fatima? Do you know the only reason he felt he could change? Was because he knew Imam al-Hussein was Ma'adin al-Rahma and Khalifat al-Rahman. He knew Abu Abdullah's heart was a merciful heart. Ya Allah, give us the heart of Hussein. Ya Allah, the heart of Hussein. Let us be forgiving to each other. There are brothers and sisters, they don't talk to each other. There are cousins don't talk to each other. There are parents with their children who don't talk to each other. Ya Allah, let us have the rahmah of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. Yes? Hur got his son. He got his servant. He rode the horse to Abu Abdullah. But his head was bowed down. He didn't want to look at the Imam in the eyes. When he came, Abu al-Fadl came out. He wondered, why is Hur coming? He came out. Imam said, wait, Abbas. Let's see what he has to say. Look how merciful. Ya Abu Abdullah, he's blocked the water from your children. What do you mean? Let's hear what he has to say. But that's the rahmah of Hussein. Yes, that's the rahmah of the grandfather of the Hujjah. He came near him, his head was down. He said to him, Abu Abdullah, forgive me, I beg you. I didn't know they wanted to kill you. All they said to me was that I had to get a pledge of allegiance from you. Imam said to him, Hur, you are forgiven. Do not worry. Look how instantaneous the forgiveness was. He didn't even say to him, let me think about it. He didn't make the whole community come home. He straight away said to him, Hur, you are forgiven. Then he said, Hur, forgive me. I don't have anything to give you as my guest. What a wonderful, merciful heart. Then Hur said, please ask Zainab. Please ask Zainab to forgive me. Because why? It's as if Hur could see Kufa and Sham. It's as if Hur could see the bazaar of Sham. He could see all of it, yes? He asked for the forgiveness, he got it. The narrations mention he went out on the battlefield. He fought valiantly until they struck him. He called out, Assalamu alayka Sayyidi Abu Abdullah. Imam came running to him. He sat by him and he said, according to certain narrations, he said, you are free like your mother named you, Hur. Yes? The narrations, they mention something that breaks the heart. When Hur fell on the ground, Imam lifted his body. He carried him back. Imam with every companion, when they fell on the ground, Imam al-Hussein would carry them back. Yes? When Habib fell on the ground, Imam would carry him back. When Muslim Muslim fell on the ground, the Imam would carry him back. When John fell on the ground, the Imam would carry him back. When Abbas fell on the ground, the Imam carried him back. I ask you, when Abu Abdullah fell on the ground, who carried his body back? I ask you, who carried the body of the son of Zahra? I'll give you the answer. If you can take it, then I ask you to have patience. The horses of Bani Umayyah carried the body of Abu Abdullah. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. السلام عليك يا صاحب العصر والزمان. السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. السلام عليك يا كعبة الإيمان. السلام عليك يا إمامي وإمام الإنس والجان. عجل الله لك ما وعدك من النصر وظهور الأمر ورحمة الله وبركاته. Ya Allah, raise us with Imam Sahib al-Asr wal-Zaman. Ya Allah, allow us to be merciful in the way Al-Muhammad displayed their rahmah to the world. Ya Allah, remove the oppression that our brothers around the Islamic world face, especially our brothers in Iraq. Ya Allah, give them peace and prosperity. Ya Allah, our brothers in the Qatif, in the Hijaz. Ya Allah, our brothers in Bahrain. Ya Allah, our brothers in Pakistan. Ya Allah, all of our brothers in Lebanon, in Syria, and Iran, everywhere around the world. Ya Allah, our brothers and sisters who live in lands such as Malaysia, where they are oppressed for being followers of Al-Muhammad. Ya Allah, raise them with the Imam of your time. Provide us with his shafa'ah. عزيز علي أن أرى الخلق. It hurts us that we see all the creation, but we don't see the Hujjah. Ya Allah, we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the Surah Al-Fatiha, but before it, the loudest of your salawat.